It's Thursday. It's Nailfie time. I've been really excited about today. Thank you for watching the other videos, if you watched the other videos, and all of your nice comments. They're lovely. Thank you for those. If I didn't get to your question, tag me because it means I didn't see it. My phone can't handle this, just can't handle Facebook, all these notifications, so I'm missing stuff for sure. Hi, good morning. So, today we're talking about Nailfies. So if you're not with Color Street, you're still welcome to watch. If you're a customer and you want to learn application techniques, you're welcome to watch. If you're someone who's curious about what is Color Street, you're welcome to watch. But today we're going to be talking about a few tips specifically to do with taking pictures of your nails, and then also application techniques and nail health, because if your nails are not looking their best, then the pictures aren't going to be looking their best. So, okay, are we going to be able to, okay, I'm going to have to flip the camera around in a minute. A few things I wanted to go over first. Start with warm hands, and my hands are not warm right now. So I did some jumping jacks. I held a cup of tea. I ran around my house. I held my hands in front of a heater, but my fingertips are still cold. So that's a tip. I'm like rubbing my hands against my legs, trying to get them warm. Color Street gets nice and soft when it's warm, and it gets stiff when it's cold. So if you can get your hands warm, that's the place to start. I should have started sooner. Like 10 minutes ago, I was like, oh no, my hands are freezing. Should have planned ahead. The other thing that happens in photos, it of course depends on your skin tone, but I find when I've been like doing my nails and messing with my hands, they get kind of red and blotchy. So right before I take a picture of them, I hold them over my head, and it helps the blood run down and makes your hands kind of more of a smoother complexion. It's something that I read in an article, and I was like, oh, I'll try it, and it really worked. And one thing that's really funny, if you look really closely at the pictures in my book, the ones where both my hands are showing, one of my hands is yellower than the other. And the first time it happened, I thought it was a fluke, but it's not. One of my hands is yellower than the other. It's very subtle. But so I like only hold the pinker one up to try to make them match. Just a weird thing. Just a weirdo. For some reason, comments are coming in all at once in batches, so I don't know if we might have a big delay, so sorry if there is one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and we will get started. I didn't plan my manicure very well. I like to fly by the seat of my pants, so we're going to make it up as we go. I'm going to do a little bit of glitter, talk about solids, because solids, and talk about designs. A lot of people ask how to do the triangle and make it even, so I'm gonna do some triangles today. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see. Okay, I'm like out of breath from all the jumping jacks that didn't even make my hands warm. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. There's my ceiling. There's my table. And my light's in the way. Oh no, that's my own cord is in the way. Okay. So my little bag of tricks is pretty simple. Scoop my chair up here. Hello everybody. Now I can see the comments better. Okay. This is a rubber cuticle stick. I got it from the dollar store in a package of files and things. It helps like smooth these strips and get them to stick. My nails are super curved. The thing about application is that it's going to look different for everybody, and everybody's going to have different challenges that they have to overcome. And sometimes when your customer comes to you and they're like, you know, it only lasted 5 days, what am I doing wrong? And you ask them some questions and they do all the same things that you do, but they're still having this issue. It's because their nails are different than yours. So that might be because their nails are oily and they might need to wash their hands with Dawn before they start, or make sure they use the prep pad really thoroughly. And then other people like me, we avoid the prep pad because it dries the nails out because our nails are already dry. So there's a lot of trial and error and experimenting, and I always make sure I ask a lot of questions because I want to be able to help the next person. So I have a friend with really oily nails, and we tried lots of things to help her manicure last as long as mine last. And so now when someone comes to me with oily nails, I have suggestions, and they're not necessarily what I do. So I'm going to show you what I do, but if it doesn't work for you exactly like it works for me, then that just means you can keep exploring and trying new things. And that's fun, right? So I have this metal nail file that I use. It was also in a package from the dollar store, so nothing fancy. And then I have this metal cuticle stick. I use it for when I accidentally get it on my skin. Then I can use this and go right along the edge and then pull away the excess. And then I have sharp little scissors. And then my secret weapon is this stuff. This is OPI Nail Envy. Mine is matte. I wear this all the time, 24/7, whether or not I'm wearing Color Street. I have a couple coats of it on right now. The strips will apply right to it. And it's just a nail strengthener. And it's really helped my nails not flake. So my nails are super, super dry, and what happens is the tips flake, and it looks like it's the nail polish flaking, but it's actually my nail flaking, like fish scales kind of. So this has solved that problem for me. I love this stuff. It's kind of expensive. So where I saved all this money at the dollar store, I spend it on this. Okay, I wanted to put on a Whole Lot of Love, and then I have some Venetian Velvet Twosies, and I have my last Tokyo Lights Twosie. These are like gold. I mean, they are literally gold, but they're also like gold because they're so valuable. Okay, let's open it up. Most of you know what's in here. And, all right, so I don't use the alcohol pad because like I said, my nails are very, very dry. Oh, look, I got a bonus pads. So you can skip this if your nails are dry and flaky. If your nails are really oily and polish like peels off of your nails, then you're going to want to use this. And you might also want to wash your hands with Dawn. And you're probably going to want this stuff because it's kind of like a barrier between the oil in your nail and the base coat of the strip. So let's see. These are so pretty. What do I want to do? Let's do... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Let's do the ring finger first because can't talk myself into $20 polish though. Christina, it will last a long time and it will be worth it because it'll make your manicures last a long time. It'll make your manicures last longer, so you'll actually be saving money. Did I talk you into it? Okay, I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to peel the film off first before I cut it, but I'm going to leave the backing on. And I want this cute little heart to go right here in like a triangle. And then I'll do Venetian Velvet for the tip. So it's a little off center, but that's okay. So the trick to doing these triangles is to cut them at a right angle. How long before you do your mani do you apply the OPI? Tanya, it's about an hour. It dries pretty fast, so you could probably do it sooner, but I usually wait about an hour. So I'm going to turn this over. Let's see. I should have grabbed a pen, but I didn't, so let's wing it. All right, so I just start at one side, and I cut towards the middle. Boop. Then go right directly across. Am I going to cut the heart? Don't want to cut the heart. And go right towards the middle. Didn't quite cut through all the way. So as you can tell, I just wing these things. Okay, so it's not perfectly angled. So I'm gonna adjust it a little tiny bit. My hands are shaking not because I'm nervous, but because I gave up sugar 4 weeks ago and my body is still in shock. So my hands have been shaky ever since. So that's gonna make this even more entertaining. Okay, I missed a comment, sorry. You should have set with Venetian Velvet accent. It's gorgeous together. Yes, it lasts a long time, Ashton. Nail Envy lasts a long time. Yeah, I like those colors together. I think it's gonna match the little heart. So this is what you start with. And I just eyeball the right angle. And now I'm going to peel off the backing And then what I like to do is when I'm applying it, it's very important that it's centered. So I like to use the file as an anchor. And I don't know how I'm going to do this in front of the camera. Okay. Make sure that it's center. I'm going to tip it a little bit more. Do I like that? Nope, I don't like that. All right, adjust it a little bit. With the OPI, it's very sticky. And I'm not worrying too much about the fact that I got it on my skin. See, I'm gonna use my cuticle, my middle cuticle stick to remove that. Can you guys see that? Ta-da! Okay. Now I'm gonna open up my Venetian velvet. I'm sorry I keep bumping the camera. And I know this size is a little bit too wide for that finger, but again, I'm going to remove the excess with my cuticle stick in a little minute. So again, we're gonna get the scissors and we're gonna cut at a right angle. This time, it doesn't matter how high up I cut because there's no cute little design to keep, and because I can adjust this. That is the worst angle ever. If at first you don't succeed, try again. This is like craft time for mamas. Okay. Get off me. All right. So it's not perfectly in the center, but when I apply it, it will be, because I can adjust it. So I like to leave a little bit of negative space. I think it looks cool. You don't have to, you could put them right up next to each other. I will post a picture of this completed. Now with the solids, I like to stretch. They lay down smoother when you stretch them. So normally if I'm just doing a solid application, I will pick the size that's slightly smaller than my nail and stretch it to fit. That's the key to getting out any wrinkles. So warm hands is the first step, and then, which I don't have, and then stretching out the strip is important. It helps it a lot. So that little cut line is sort of showing. That's okay, I'll smooth it out. Okay, I'm gonna file it. So my method for doing this is I don't worry about saving this end because my nails are kind of long right now, and because I spend so much time when I'm doing a design messing with it that it's kind of a little bit dried out anyways. So I'm going to fold it over, wrinkle it up like this, okay? And then I file it off. It is very, very important when you're filing not to lift up, because you're gonna lift it up off the tip. So I filed in a downward motion only. And then, boop, pull it off. And I'm gonna go along the edge because I got a little bit off the end. Okay. Wish you guys could see that better. The lighting is not super good. Can you see? I'm going to remove the excess. Ooh, reach. And I'm just going to go right along the edge, just pressing gently against my own skin. And it's going to take some patience. If you rush it, you'll rip it or pull off your skin. Okay. This is way harder to video than I thought it was going to be. I've never done a live application demo of it like getting tricky. It's always pretty straightforward. But can you guys see okay? I wonder if I bring my light more, hold on, up here. Is that a little bit better? I don't know. Okay, there it is. And so I think what I'm gonna do on the rest of my nails is just pretty straightforward. Let's see. I really like this one, and I really like this one. I like them all. They're so cute. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do this on my pinky. And have you noticed how one strip is two sizes on a lot of the strips? So this side is wider and this side is skinnier. I tried putting this on my pinky and it was too small. So then I started using the narrower side of this one and it was too big. I didn't realize that this one was two different widths. Maybe you caught on to that sooner than me. But I didn't realize it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on my pinky. Nothing fancy. My hands are shaking like crazy. So I'm just smoothing it on. A lot of these designs that don't have glitter in them act a lot like a solid. And so they just need a little more care. So I'm just smoothing it and I'm putting pressure so that it will stretch and pull itself out to the edge. And then this is what I do when I don't want to file. This is what I do most of the time. I roll it all back here and then I just apply pressure with my thumb and let my nail cut through it. Ta-da! That's my method for doing that. Should I do, let's take a vote, should I do Venetian velvet on my pointer or on my middle finger? And then I'm gonna do this one on my thumb. A heart if you want Venetian velvet on my pointer finger. A thumbs up if you want a whole lot of love on my pointer finger. So just line it up. That was a little too high. I like to get as close to the skin as possible so that I can wear it as long as possible. So I'm stretching. We're getting a lot of red hearts. So was that Venetian? I already forgot what was what. Venetian on my pointer? I think that's what a heart was. And I'm just, can you see how there's wrinkles forming and then I'm stretching them out? I think sometimes people struggle with solids because they don't stretch them. They try to like flatten them. If you try to flatten them down, they're going to reappear. If you can stretch them out, then they're gone for good. And this set is this thumb is a little bit too wide, but it's pretty close. Okay. Now I'm gonna fold it over. You know, I think I'm not gonna do Tokyo lights. I think you guys are pretty confident with doing glitters, right? I don't think Tokyo lights matches. I guess it does. Okay. And then pull it off. I find that that works better than filing, and it works better than like pressing under because I get caught and then I usually tear a corner. I don't know if that's just me, but oh, we have a little piece lifting up here. So I'm just gonna file it off. And also I like to wait 10 or 15 minutes before I do a final filing because as it cures, it shrinks a teeny tiny bit. So the reason that I wrap it back and then perforate it is because the polish catches on the tip just a tiny bit. See how my tip is not exposed? And then as it kind of shrinks a tiny bit, it's going to flatten out and be just the right length. And then I will file. If I file right away, like on this one, I'm gonna have to file again because my nail is gonna be a little bit exposed at the tip. And I'm okay with that. But that's just a little tip that I have noticed, because I wore every set in the catalog in the course of four or 5 weeks to do my photo book. So I had a lot of practice with all the different sets and how they dry and things. All right, so this is going on my pointer. So let's do this one on my middle finger. I don't like to plan my manicures in advance because I don't know what I'm going to be in the mood for in the moment. So I probably should have planned this one. But, oh well. Okay, so I always press down here first at the very bottom, because then I can still, it's not attached very much. And I can still like go one way or the other and like adjust it if I'm a little bit crooked without having to lift it all back up. So I think we're good. So once I'm convinced that it's good, I go from bottom to top, stretch it out, and then pull and stretch the side. And then you don't end up with very many wrinkles. My nails are super curved, so people with super curved nails, you're probably going to have a few more wrinkles than people with flatter nails. That's something that I've noticed from applying them to my customers, is that people with flatter nails don't have as many wrinkles. But if you can stretch it out, you'll eliminate most of the wrinkles. So there we go. This is wrinkled because it's sitting on my skin, so we'll remove that in a minute. Folding over the top, and then just applying pressure to the tip. Do you put clear as day over? I usually don't. I'm just now getting used to having long nails, so adding thickness makes me feel clumsy. It's an amazing top coat, and if I didn't have to change my nails on a weekly basis, like every time I have an online party, I change my nails live so that people can see how it works. So it's not really necessary for me to have them last longer than a week. But I know that people that use it are really happy with how it makes their manicures last. So I think it's a great product. It's just every time that I layer something over something else, it makes my nail polish feel really thick. Okay. So I just got that little piece off that was overlapping onto my skin. And now we'll do Venetian velvet on my pointer finger. This is the funnest part of our job. I love this stuff. I mean, this is the best beauty product ever. It solves all the problems. And I know that many of you are stylists, so I don't have to tell you. You already know. But every single time I do a manicure, I am impressed. It never gets old. Do you ever double up with the strips like the solids? I don't. I don't double up. But I think they look awesome when people do that, especially like Blue Lagoon or Venetian Masquerade, the ones that are like semi-transparent glitters. I think it makes them look super cool. I do wear, I guess that's not true. I do sometimes wear like Home Sweet Home over a solid. But I generally don't double up on the same color. Where's my cuticle stick? So right here we're dealing with my cold hand problems. There's some wrinkles that I wasn't able to stretch out. So I wasn't able to apply enough pressure with just my fingers, so that's where I bring in the cuticle stick. And I go in an upward motion to pull the wrinkles out to the end and get those bubbles out. The other thing you can do is use a blow dryer. Be careful because these melt. The strips will melt, but if you have a really stubborn wrinkle, just give it some heat and smooth it out. All right, now I'm going to apply pressure. I'm going to do an overlay usually, and my nails grow out. The ends near my cuticle will catch my hair. That happens to my friend who has oily nails. She says that the back lifts up and catches on things. Kind of like, I've experienced that with shellac or gel before I found Color Street, and it drove me nuts. So it's probably just partly because as the strips dry, they do shrink a little. So the bottom layer, if it's not all the way dry, when you put the top layer on, the top layer is going to shrink and pull up on the bottom layer, and it's probably going to do that around the edges. That's my theory. So I think what I would do to combat that, maybe something to try, would be to do the bottom coat that you want to do, and then wait 20 or 30 minutes before you do the next layer. I've experienced that with French tips, where if I don't let the tip cure all the way, then it kind of feels soft. Like if I do the clear coat over right away, then the color coat feels soft and it gets little dents in it. Whereas if I wait to do the top coat, I don't have that problem. And the French tips last way longer. So if you can give the bottom color time to dry or cure, they don't really have to dry, but just the base coat has a chance to cure. Ooh, you guys made a good choice. I like it. What do we think? I like the red on the tip, on the pointer. Can you upload this video to YouTube so we can share? Yes, I will try to remember to save it as I'm posting it in the group. I will do that. I have a YouTube channel, I think. I don't post much there. But yes, I will post it and share a link. I let the first layer cure overnight and then add the second layer. Perfect. Saw a tip where someone took a Q-tip, soaked in acetone, and rubbed it by the cuticle and it helped. Oh, okay. Cool. That's something to try. Okay, all right, I'm gonna flip the camera back around. I'm not gonna try to do my other hand live because I'm already clumsily bumping the camera enough as it is. Here we go. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about, and then if you guys have any questions about taking Nailfies, there's a couple more things. Acetone nail polish remover, don't do it. Especially if you have dry nails. I think people that have really nice thick nails with a lot of good natural oil, they can handle acetone nail polish remover. It's not a problem, but for the rest of us, it is a problem. And I know that when you wear glitter, it's like, takes a long time to use non-acetone. So something I've been using are these. I got them from Amazon because everything I own is from Amazon practically. So I take a little piece of a cotton ball with non-acetone nail polish remover, put it over my nail, put my nail in this, and then I leave it for 15 minutes or so. And then when I pull it off, there's not a lot left. The base coat has kind of a sticky residue, so I just, like have to work it off a little bit, but it's way less labor intensive. It doesn't necessarily save a ton of time, but you don't have to like do one nail at a time and scrub and scrub. Turn on some Netflix and put your feet up and chill, and then they'll come off. Also, people that peel them off, it stresses me out because it's really bad for your nails. It'll peel away the fibers of your nails and it'll make your nails weak, and then they'll be flaky and dry and weird. So that's how I remove it, and that's how I tell my customers to remove it, because acetone is so strong and damaging. Mineral fusion remover. I've heard of that, Lynn. I haven't tried it though for myself. I think my mom has some. I will give it a try. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. I will post a link to all the things that we've talked about this week, like an Amazon shopping list. I'll try to find look in my orders and see what they were called. Sorry, I missed some comments. Okay. Yeah, So nail clips are also awesome. I think it's a similar concept. So yeah. Okay, and then for taking the picture, if you want, I've had a lot of questions about using both hands in your photos. So it takes some patience to train your hands to do what you want them to do, especially in the pictures where I like to make it look like I'm doing something, like I'm reaching for a cup of coffee, or I'm putting a quarter in a gumball machine, or I'm, I don't know, holding flowers, where my hands are doing something. It's hard to stage it and make it look natural. So cut yourself some slack, especially if you're trying to control two hands. It sounds so silly, but it really is hard to not like flex your knuckles, then they get all wrinkly and white. Like, try to have relaxed hands, and sometimes it takes a few tries. But I set my timer for 10 seconds. So I put my hands in the shot how I want them, and then I use one hand to carefully tap the button and then get it back in there and get it situated, and then I have 10 seconds before the camera automatically takes the picture. It just takes practice, and it's not always necessary to show both hands. I think it looks cool, but you know, one hand works too, and it's a little bit easier. So aluminum foil works well also. Yes, perfect. Yeah, then you don't have to buy anything. Mineral Fusion is the ticket. Should have got you a bottle for Christmas. Yeah, Mom. Using a white table or a photo boxed application? I'm using a piece of poster board. So I do use my light box. I've tried using my light box for application. It's just hard for me because of my height. If I set my light box on a table and sit down to do it, then I can't really see what the camera is seeing. If I set my light box on the floor and so I can see, then my knees are killing me by the time that the application demo is over. So I've just got a piece of white poster board, and my tripod is clipped to the table, and it works better. I was bumping it because I have it plugged in. My phone is plugged in so it wouldn't die. So that made it a little awkward, but whoops. You never have a problem with focus. I do have a problem with focus sometimes. When you move your hand out of the shot, like to tap the button, if you're trying to use both hands, when you move your hand out, the camera is going to try to follow it, and then yeah, it gets out of focus. So what I do is I tap the hand like on the screen. I tap on the screen where I want it to focus, which is on the hand that's still in the frame. Then I tap the button, and it doesn't change focus after that. So that's how I keep my pictures in focus. If you're photographing glitter, that's challenging for cameras. It's really reflective, and the camera's not sure what to grab onto. So you kind of have to manually tell it where to look with the timer. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you set the timer, just make sure before you hit the button to take the picture that you've refocused on the content of your photo, on the layout where you want it to focus before you push the button. Because if you push the button, then you can't focus in those 10 seconds. It's going to take what it's going to take. So yeah, just adjust the focus first. My knuckles are wrinkly even when relaxed. Mine are too. They're just less wrinkly when I relax. So there are things called wearable nail soaker pad. They're on Amazon. They look okay. Maybe that's what they're called. I couldn't remember exactly what those. They're just little rubber fingers, and they just kind of hold on. So thank you for all your help this week. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that it's been helpful. I hope that it's been helpful. I've enjoyed our time together, and I did post a link on the wall in a Nailfie group that I'm part of, and if you guys want to join that group and post your photos and tag me or just share, I'd love to see what you guys are doing and keep up with your progress. It's a really positive Nailfie group which I think we can all use positive places, positive people, because our business is our happy place. And so make sure that you're part of groups that are happy. And if you're in a group that's not happy, then move on. My baby had my phone. Oh, okay. I was like, I thought that was maybe a link for something on Amazon or something. That was funny. Okay. You're welcome. I'm going to hang out for one more minute and let you guys ask questions. And so then I'm going to do my other hand so that they match. I'm going to have cute Valentine's nails. I love that. I love those colors together. I just love our product. And that is what started the whole thing, is that I was so amazed with our product and it blew my mind. It solved all my nail problems. It made me super happy. And I wanted to be able to translate that joy into a photo to share with people that might also need this in their life. Because there's millions of people out there that have never heard of this product, and it's our job to tell them about it and show it to them and show them how beautiful it is. So what is the group you're in? It's called CS Nailfies Stylist Only, and I posted a link. So I can post a link again or tag you. Tag me if you want me to tag you on that link. You're welcome. There's nothing scheduled for tomorrow. I just had 4 things planned, but if you guys have something else that you need to know, some aspect that I haven't thought of that you want info on, we can talk about it. The strengthener, I ordered it off of Amazon, but I think a lot of local beauty stores have it. I'm sure Ulta has it. It's called, this is going to be backwards, but it's OPI Nail Envy, and I used the matte. And I haven't tried the clear or the smooth. I don't know if there's a difference. This is just the one that I happened to get, and I liked it, so it's the one that I keep using over and over again. So do you suggest filing after the strips cure on your nails to prevent shrinking? Yep, that's exactly right. And sometimes my nails need filed down because they are too long, and so then I don't care if the tip shows a little because I'm going to file it anyway. But on the regular, I try to let them cure for 15 or so minutes before I file. I have not used a crystal nail file any. I've heard that they're awesome, and I'm sure they are, so I should probably try one, but I haven't. You have the clear. Okay, awesome. Crystal has the clear, so they both work. Excited to see your Amazon shopping list. Okay, yes, I'll put that together because there's a lot of, you can find anything on Amazon. It's a problem. And it gets here in 2 days, so instant gratification, it's a problem. All right, well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you found it helpful. I'm just gonna leave this group up. I'm not going to approve product photos in this group just because I want to make sure that new people can find the videos and things. There were some people that were having trouble navigating the group because there was lots of stuff happening. So, but please, you can private message me if you have a photo that you want help with, or if you want to show me something, or join that Nailfie group and we can post our pictures over there. I'm really excited to see what you guys do. So, all right, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk soon.